I'm just going to start one of these again. So I started streaming a little bit ago, and I deleted a few of the live videos because they were just terrible. So I have no idea what I'm doing with streaming software, so it's like a learning curve for me. I'm good with software, but when you don't know anything at all, you just got to figure it out. So I've been doing that. I'm trying to just get the audio and the video to look good because the just default settings are just potato. Like, that's the quality, potato. So yeah, I'm just like trying to get everything right, and when I finally get everything right, I can go full steam ahead and just go for it. So I'm the kind of person that just turns things on and sees what happens. And sometimes that works, sometimes it looks bad, but as long as I just try it, it's the worst that can happen, right? That's my take on it. All right, let me see here. Am I actually live? I'm gonna just go on my own YouTube. I don't actually see anything. That's not a good sign. Oh, what are you doing to me here, dude? Refresh, maybe. Supposedly I'm live, but I'm not seeing it. That's strange. Oh, maybe I'm on. Okay, I got it. My YouTube on my phone is just... I'm trying to, monitor on here just to make sure. Okay. Yesterday, I had a thing where my video was, condensed into, 3/4, and it was the aspect ratio, but I don't know why it was set like that. This software is a little unintuitive, and if you're used to it, it's probably fine, because I have some things like that. You just got to get used to where all the stuff is, but it's not, laid out super obvious. Okay, I imported some MIDI. So this morning I woke up, I was just in the house doing a bunch of things, and sometimes when I'm like that, I get a song popped in my head, and I'm like, I'm just gonna grab my laptop, throw some MIDI stuff on, and get the idea down before I forget it. So I did. I've got a whole thing here. I got a little bit of a guitar melody, rhythm guitar, clean ambient guitar, and so on. You just hit play. Oh, you know what? Turn this off and put headphones on, because I know that's probably gonna make a weird audio delay thing if I got the speakers on too much. Alright, so let's see. Headphones. I'm actually just gonna turn my speakers off and turn my monitors up, just because when I go to the drums I'll need it that way anyway. Alright, I got headphone audio. Let me listen to this. So that's the MIDI. I'm just gonna jump in with something like that. So that's gonna be there as background tracks when I get this all said and done. Right now they sound more front and center, but that's just 'cause they're the only thing there, obviously. Wait, I'm off. How quick does that go? Gotta learn my own song. Because, it's just different on the MIDI part. So, okay, then the chorus is C sharp, G sharp, B, A, right? Yeah. Alright, that's it. This is kind of quiet. You know what? I know what's going on. It's fine. I'm just going to turn this window off. Okay. So let me check my tuning. Alright, so I'm using my camera mic instead of the vocal mic I've got here. So my speech is a little meh because the camera's something I just got off Amazon quick to just do the job. When I do vocals, I think I'm just gonna switch to this mic, but I gotta be like right on top of it, or if I go away a little bit, you can't even hear me because it's cardioid pickup pattern. Yeah, I just think, do I need anything else here? No, I'm just gonna go for it and try to not booger it up. All right. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm simultaneously recording on a camera right there for my usual video. So let me turn that on. There we go. Okay. Up there. Okay, let me start. So, as I'm doing this video, I'm actually putting this up as an unlisted thing, and I'm going to put it public if it's not a catastrophe like the last couple have been, and I got the settings right. So, yeah, I'm just going to try a few things so I can kind of watch. I'm going to mute this camera mic and actually just see if this makes a difference. Okay, got it. I had my mic off. I was like, oh, I'm saying stuff with my mic off. Don't do that. It's dumb. Okay, yeah. So, slightly panned left guitar, real guitar, those are MIDI, and those are going to be dubs, basically. So I kind of write those with that intention. They're just kind of going, this was too, but it's more like strumming the chords. So I'm not intending to duplicate the MIDI, just play over it. Alright, so I've got a clean ambient tone there, so I think I'm actually going to modify the built-in one, that, for right. One of these guys. Let me get this set right. Let me see. I'm going to boost a little high end. I'm going to add a little bit of low octave. Cut the lows on here. Highs are good. Alright, that should work for now. Let me see. I want to do something to complement the left side, not be too intrusive over top of the MIDI part and all of that. So probably just strum something here. So I'm not going to play this one all the way through. I'm going to punch in sections. Just hold the chord. And I'll do that. That'll work. Okay, I'm going to hit record and just go for it. Yeah. I forgot there's a whole other part there. So I'll just do that now. What actually was it? F sharps. And then I just go to scale, right? Yep. Talking to myself, but. Alright. So there's the whole verse. Happens 3 times, so I can just plop that down. Chorus. This is a little less interesting on the MIDI part. Where do I got the main one here? I guess I could just do that. Okay. Repetition, so I'm just gonna chop color code so I know what I'm looking at. Actually, speaking of which, I don't think I'm even gonna have to bother grabbing these separate, but make sure I know which verse parts which. Okay, so yeah, that's all I gotta do anyway. Alright, copy, paste. Maybe later when I'm putting down leads or something, that'll be helpful. I don't know. It's pre-planning. Alright, so doubled chorus at the end, and oh, I gotta hold out some kind of note there, don't I? Just noise, but it works. Alright. Down a half dB on those because it makes a difference. Gives just a little more headroom on the guitar. So I'm just gonna layer the chorus up. Oh, actually, I could do this second half of the verse. See, this was helpful. So, okay. Pedal. Actually, I have the pedal I'm talking about in the top left corner just to hide my streaming software. It's a Boss Poly Shifter. I just took a picture of it and threw it up there. Let's see. I'm gonna get more top end, low cut like crazy. And as such, I've got to reduce the output. Okay. Then, I was going to do that. Octaves with some pinch harmonics. Alright, do the same thing on this side. I said that, and then immediately I was like, no, actually go contrary motion and make a cool harmony with that. That'll work better. Alright, you can't hear that thing at all. It needs more to get through. Holy crap, that was a real low cut. Doesn't have to be loud, just enough to have. I turned that off by accident. Just enough to turn. Your ear catches it, or it catches your ear. Words are hard. Whatever. Alright. Chorus. What if I do similar? Wait. What am I? I'm holding the chords longer, so. Actually, I can do the C sharp, do a fourth, and then an octave. Alright, so anyway, it's that to G. What's the rhythm again? Then I'll go to the, well, G would be the D sharp. Actually be a tritone there. That might sound cool in the mix though. And B, so I'll go to the F sharp and do the fifth. Okay, I got it. I was thinking D, not, it's D sharp. Yeah, sounds good. Alright. I think I'll do it on here too. Even threw some extra on top there on the B string. Ugh. Okay. Let me listen to that. Yeah, those chords sound really nice and full now. I'm a fan of that. Alright, so I'm going to grab this whole thing. I gotta get right on this. And I should be able to just paste the whole thing right down again. Grab the chorus part. I'm not going to worry about this. I'll just let that zip down at the end. I like that sometimes. Yeah, that sounds nice. Alright, guitar solo, because I just move right through here. Turn that off, I don't want the guitar solo an octave down. close enough. Alright, E major and whatever the heck I happen to play right now. Actually, maybe that will be cool. I don't know. I gotta turn the camera on. That's gonna be a thing. I gotta remember that. Ah, damn it. Thought that was going good too. Alright. I'll just do it again. Alright, I just kept going. At the end, if I want to put vocals there, I'll just automate the volume down. If I want to copy paste the chorus and be lazy, I'll just have that as an outro solo, and then I don't even have to worry about it. Okay, I just boosted the gain, just like the clean gain on that. So I hit normalize, but I've got it so it normalizes it only up to like, I think I had -5 or something like that, because I don't want it too loud. You can like set that in the software, because normally it goes to unity gain like right at 0, but that's too much. To my ears, that's punching through pretty well, so cool. I need bass guitar part. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Let me put this back. I'll be back in 5 seconds. I'm not sure if I shouldn't just do vocals now, because I have lyrics that I just put down when I did this. I sometimes just put words down, and I don't necessarily even have a melody, but it's just something I can work with. I can add, subtract, or improvise if I want. But I'm thinking I'm sitting here, the more I talk, the worse my voice is going to get. It might be smarter to do vocals early on, and then I can write the bass and drums around that. So, I got water. 1 sec. Hydration is good for this. Let me see if I can even sing right now. Probably not. I gotta warm up. I could use this MIDI lead thing. Huh. It's like my melody. And in between us, landing. Got auto incorrected. I hate when it does that. It puts in like the word it thinks you want to use, even if you spelled the one correctly. It's never correct. So it's auto incorrect. I might deviate from the melody a little bit. So I'm going to do like really wimpy falsetto and just kind of amp it up as I go, but I'll just kind of keep hitting record and seeing if things come to me. Maybe I'll go to the verse because I can hear that. I'm not going to forget the melody since the guitar's playing it. Okay, I don't even hate what I just did there, aside from being not warmed up and terrible at the moment. Okay, let me get my gain right, and alright, this is gonna sound like trash if I'm doing mic and that, so I think I'm gonna mute. Alright, so I'm currently talking with this microphone. It's probably a lot quieter, and I don't know if you'll hear me that great, but it just does not sound good with both mics on. Maybe I just leave the first part instrumental though. That might work. Do these separate, but I'm gonna just try and do an all the way through thing because what the hell, might work. Might shit the bed, but we'll see. That weird thing I do is like a warm-up thing I do, so ignore the strange noises I might make. I'm just trying to get my voice to work. Freaking A, camera. Okay. that was good. I had a few miss spots, so I'm going to just recut it, but I'm warmed up now. All right, I think I got it. That last little bit might have been a little off. Let me see. I can't even hear it over the guitar solo. Well, anyway, might have been a little bit off pitch right at the end there, and one or two spots in the second verse, but negligible. All right, there. I'm going to turn the camera mic back on because I'm going to forget to turn this thing on and off. Yeah, a few spots where I might have been a smidge off pitch, but I got right through the thing, and I think the tone was good, so I'm just going to say good enough. I'm not one to like mega ultra auto-tune my voice or anything. In fact, I don't even use auto-tune, period. So I do, however, pump it through this thing, Humanoid. And what I'm going to do is just select E major, and this thing picks like a third above or whatever I set it to. I got the guitar playing a fifth above that. I don't even know if I even started on the C sharp like the guitar, so it might even be irrelevant, but regardless, I put this quantized thing up just like here-ish, and it just kind of smooths those over, so it's just enough. I'm like mostly in tune, and then if I do a full take all the way through and I miss a note or two, this thing will just kind of like go, and I'm like, good enough, because this is improvised, and I don't even know what I'm about to sing half the time, so it's no guarantee I'm going to hit everything. I'm also going to turn the wet-dry mix down pretty low, so it's only 20% of that effect on, give or take. I'm probably going to automate it later, so it's like 15-20% in the verse, and I'll push it up to 30 because it gets a little more like thick in the mix there, and that helps it cut through. That's actually more the reason than anything, just make it cut through. Alright, so I'm gonna just mute this for now because I'll worry about the vocals later, and I'm gonna mute the guitar solo. Oh, I haven't played bass yet either. Maybe I'll do bass first and then I'll do drums, but I was about to do the drums. I'll do the bass first. Forgot I skipped that. Yeah, it'd be nice to play drums too. Bass guitar, you know, actually helps. Delete this, and I'm not going to use the acoustics. Still cold enough because this thing feels like it's freezing. That means my tuning is going to be a little off, so I have to. Oh yeah, mega sharp from the cold. I got a heater in here, but that's like on a wall, and you know the temperature's leaking through from the outside. Actually, I think the heat would be leaking outside, but the wall is just not as insulated as it should be. Really sharp, dude. I should probably put headphones in so I can hear what the heck I'm doing too. Hey, there's a sound. For all I know, I had something blasting and wanted to phone in because I had the headphones out. Why is that saying that's an A? What are you doing to me here, dude? Don't be weird, tuner. Apple's tuner kind of sucks. I use it anyway, but it kind of sucks. I think it picks up like the harmonics occasionally and confuses it. So I'm like, that is an E string. This 6-string bass is tuned with the top 4 strings as a standard 4-string bass, and then the 2 low strings are an E and an A. So it's a full octave drop on these two, so I can just mimic a drop pedal. Try as I might, I can't get a drop pedal type thing, or it's actually a Boss Poly Shifter, but I cannot get any kind of tuning thing to make the bass sound good. It sounds great on the guitar, it sounds awful on this, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it with the actual strings. So I got this student model Squier 6-string bass, which is remarkably good for the price. And it works. I had to throw on super thick gauge strings. I was butt puckering as I get the mic out of the way, right? I was butt puckering as I was tuning this because I was like, the neck goes, it's gonna be a problem. I might like explode splinters into my face too, who knows. Alright, so to overcomplicate this, so did I do B, C sharp? I think I did, yeah. B, C sharp, yes. MIDI's kind of nice for that. I'm just like, what's no? Oh, there it is. forget a part. It's gonna suck when I'm editing the video later. All right, so that's all good. Let me just remind myself of the chorus because I have the memory of a goldfish with this stuff. All right. It's not necessarily what I was gonna play, but I just need to remember the chords. That was a little too weird. One more. Playing G sharp, you idiot. Oh, I hate when I do this thing where I just know what note I'm supposed to hit and I hit another one. I'm gonna have like 800 false starts right now. Okay, I should be able to get through it now. Hopefully. I'm doing this thing where like I picture the chords ahead and then I start playing them instead of the one I should be playing and I confuse myself. still sloppy and not knowing what to do. It doesn't usually take me this long, but occasionally I get stuck. Son of a bitch, play the right part. Sorry for the swearing. I get pissed at myself. Like, this is ridiculous. The chord progression is so easy. Did I seriously just hit a freaking C natural? Oh my gosh, brain work. Nope. Stuck on the same effing chords. think I had a spot or two where it was a little questionable and I forgot what I was doing again, but I'm gonna call it good enough. Okay. It's one of those days. I'm like playing the part and it's like the same chord progression, but my brain is like, hey, maybe it's different this time. Maybe I changed keys and I just do it. Just go right along with it. I'm like, seriously, just keep repeating the same 4 chords. Why? Why do you do this to me? Okay, so let's see. Playback. Hang on, let me put this back. Alright, so playback, and let's see what that sounds like in the mix. It's hard to tell when I'm actually playing. Alright, considering how sloppy that was, that doesn't sound too bad in there. I'm going to do drums. Speaking of sloppy. Who knows? Might be fine today, though. Turn my drum kit on and slide over there, so camera reset. Gotta hook this guy up. I got an app called Logic Remote, which controls that, so I can hit record over there without having to do anything. The mic is on here. It's probably going to sound like slop because you're going to hear the rubber pads, but you know, I don't know. I guess you'll know it's real and stuff anyway. Alright. Drums. Am I in the shot? I appear to be. All the way over here. There we go. Drums. That went better than the bass, for sure. So, let's see. I'm going to shrink this back in a little bit. We'll adjust it better later, but for now. Alright. Let me get some headphones back in. I am going to close out that software so I don't accidentally hit something weird there. Okay. So let's see. Turn that off. Oh. There's a bad trigger. Or is it a spot? So what I'm going to do is hit functions, fixed note length. This only works on the drums because the note duration doesn't really matter, it just needs the hit. So I'm shortening it a lot so I can see what's going on. Like so. Alright, so you know what I'm going to do is grab these and put them up to a rise symbol. So right here. Let me fix that a little bit. Is that an eighth now? Yeah, it is. It's like a hair off. Let me just see. I think I'm gonna just nudge some of these a little bit. Skip that one, skip some, because some of them I need to be a little more human. Those are just all eighth notes, so I might as well just get them on. I'm only moving this by like barely anything, so visually hardly notice. Don't want the bounce, the ghost note bounces, because don't quantize those. Sometimes I don't even quantize, depends on the day. If my playing was a little more sloppy, I'll do it. If it's fine, I just don't even bother, because frankly I'd rather not do that. This part's so easy, it's all eighth notes, so if it was a lot more involved, I'd be like, ah, screw it. Get the downbeat here and there. So the kick and the cymbal are on when I like do a crash. But there's nothing wrong with making it sound tight. There, I'm not going to do that fill. There's no need. Just quick and dirty, make it sound a little tighter. Not like going through with a fine-tooth comb, just want it to sound a little more perfect. Especially since I'm playing with super quantized MIDI. It doesn't line up, it sounds weird. Super quantized MIDI guitars, the drums are obviously MIDI too. Let me see, well, let me do this. I'm going to get rid of that, because get rid of the extra noise. I don't just gonna turn it off. Ah. Alright. My chorus sounds fine. My verse, oh my gosh, that guitar won't stop. I think my verse sounds a little not great today. I can actually turn this off. That should be fine. So I think what I'm going to do is run this through here. This is a thing I usually don't bother doing. If I was just doing the verse and chorus, I'd probably be more on, but since I'm going all the way through, there's just more likelihood I was hesitating and got a few things, but I like the tone of my voice, so I don't want to recut it. I also have the ARA version of this, but guaranteed it won't get the whole thing, because once I throw those MIDI guitars on it, like with this computer, it just doesn't import the whole thing, so I'm gonna have to do the manual import here. So we're just gonna sit here and listen to the song, and I can hear how bad my verse vocals were. Actually, I can cut it at the solo because I'm not singing there, so I'll skip that. And then I'm just gonna stop it, skip this part. I think that's good. I don't think I did any lead-in things now. Yeah, that ending is definitely off. Somewhere in here. There's a C natural. It's probably somewhere in there. All right, let's see. So C sharp minor, it's got that correct. That's a good sign. That means I hit notes in the key. So I don't have a problem doing this because, like, as you can hear, I'm not very off pitch, and I could in fact sing this correctly if I recut it. But it's like I can either punch in, which is not getting a perfect one take performance, and I'm just pitch correcting that way, or I'm doing it with this. So one or the other, doesn't matter. I'm gonna get all, just nudge it, screw it. Do it the lazy way. I'm just gonna listen to it, make sure it didn't do anything weird. So there, I could go up. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm just listening. If I hear an off note, I'll just nudge it up in place. So far, so good, except for that one little thing I slid up to A from a G sharp, which is actually in key too. I just thought the A sounded better. This isn't even a note, but it's just a scream. But sometimes if I like alter the pitch, the screams sound more obnoxious because it's like throwing in weird digital artifacts. And then it hits the pitch right here. Yeah, let me try that. And this stuff too. Just leave that alone, even though I'm fudging the note.
Between us.
Went too low.
Between us.
Okay.
Nothing in between us. Right or wrong. So we're not stop that. You are the balance. I'm just beginning to get on. As you move on.
Little crap, because that's just going to be noise. That sounded great. Okay, last chorus. Here's where I know I had that weird note. This all looks good. Actually, did I go too high there? I actually did. I overshot. I would keep it, except I don't think it sounds great over the first chord. here's where I hit that weird note, I think.
That's right.
Probably here. It's pushing it a lot. What the hell is that? That's not right. Yeah, I think this was the spot. It might have been, it actually might have been over here. One of these spots where I'm hitting a C sharp now, it was actually a C natural. So it sounded like garbage. I was like not sure what note to hit, and I did not hit the right one. But now I nudged it in. So I fixed a few notes. Other than that, it's fine. I also centered them a little bit at the beginning, but you know, as you could hear, I wasn't that far off anyway. It was perfectly passable. Right, so what I'm going to do, because Melodyne plus the other thing I'm going to use is going to tax my system soon too much, so I'm going to just go vocal, bounce that out as a new track, and that way that's just the audio. Delete the Melodyne track, and now I've just got audio with the stuff on there. Alright, and then I'm going to put on Humanoid in stereo, pick the right key. It's technically E major. I'm going to pick the minor. It's actually in. Screw it. C sharp minor. Will that make a difference? Not whatsoever, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, I just felt like it. Let me solo this, and what I'm going to do is just ratchet the thing up to full bore, so I can just hear what it's doing.
That penniless a dime, barefoot bound in lotion, subject drive with master lights open. Now we'll apply for alibis, take another bite. Faster fight, hey, that's all Broadway.
Alright, so obviously that sounds ridiculous. I just want to make sure it's not like glitching, so I'm going to turn it down to like 20%. This is going to give me a stereo image instead of just a mono vocal, and it's not, what it's doing is adding a third above, because I got this, you can do note shift, so I'm adding a third mixed in at like 20% over top of the dry.
That penniless a dime.
So it's barely there, but it's like a little robot vocoder harmony.
Barefoot bound in lotion, subject drive with me.
And then what I'm going to do is put this on, because this kind of like smooths it out. Around 20% should be good. And then a compressor. Compressing the crap out of it.
That penniless a dime, barefoot bound in lotion, subject drive with master lights open. Now we'll apply for alibis, take another bite. Faster fight, let's
Alright, so now what I'm going to do is hit latch. Open this up. Open up. This is clip distortion. I use a lot of just Logic built-in plugins. So, alright, output. What I'm going to do is just go to the chorus, and now that it's on latch, it'll just write the automation in for me as I turn the knobs. Alright, so do that, and then I'll I don't care if it's super exact, just a little up and down. Alright, so let me look at the guitars. 14, 15. I'm actually going to reduce these a bit. Let's see, mine is 7. So now it's more like my real guitar. The midis are just reinforcing. Oh, I should put this back on lead. Or reed, not lead. I was looking at lead guitar and I said lead. Yeah. There it is. You know what else I'm gonna do? Normalize. Just give these a little more gain. And I'm talking about clean gain, not like distorting it. So the thing I put on, especially for the screams, is clip distortion, because with it, it sounds really like aggressive. It flattens it out before it hits the compressor, and I just added the clean gain ahead, so it just gets it more. But it just adds this like crisp raspiness that sells the screams, which are in fact not screams. They're just me going like that. So it's like a really easy thing to do. You just use a little vocal fry, and I'm actually doing a lot of inhales. I'm just going, so I'm inhaling air and doing vocal fry. Make that sound. You can hit pitches by changing your mouth shape. But it hurts 0%. It's easy to do. I could sit here and do it all day. Yeah, Humanoid's a great plugin though, because it gives me this like polished, finished vocal sound without hardly any effort. I just turn it up and down a little bit in the chorus, and it has a third underneath, like barely there harmony. It's a vocoder harmony. I did minimal tuning ahead of time. This would have taken care of it, but I didn't want to ratchet up the thing. I mainly just wanted to get it. Sometimes, like, if it's a day where I'm singing like everything like bang on, I won't even bother, but today I did. So I like to just occasionally spot check. I'm like, instead of punching in a million times, if I miss like a note by like a little bit in a section, like the end of the song or the second verse was a little weird. I think the intro note was a little weird too. Those 3 spots, I'll just kind of go turn it up or down or whatever I need to do in pitch, and I'm good to go. I feel like I use that melody occasionally on songs, but I write a song every day and it's an original, so who cares? You know? That all sounds good. Let me listen to the end. Oh, you know what I might do is turn the effect up a lot on that weird scream at the end. Just kind of make it sound. Actually, it sounds fine. You know what I have to do though is this guitar solo needs to come down a little bit right through the end. 3 or 4 will probably do it. That's it. Okay. Put this across. Actually, I did that early because I want to do that. Damn it. That one's too long. Alright, so I'm going to just chop this. Alright. Now I'll put this here. These are all short, so I'm going to put a fade on these just in case. That one I can leave. The vocals, where do they actually stop? Here, give or take. Okay. So that can just go. Damn it. Wrong one. Put that there too. And then I'm going to automate the master volume down right around here. Do this. I do the beginning because every once in a while there's like a weird audio glitch when I bounce where something will play, especially if it's MIDI stuff. So that just defeats it. If it accidentally does it, it's quiet anyway, so who cares? Alright, that's all that. Scanning over, everything looks good. I'm going to hit save. Did I seriously not save this yet? That's not good. April 5th. I don't have a name yet, so that'll suffice. I'm going to rename it immediately, but for now, that's good. Okay, so let me go into the master track. I've been using this thing to just instant master my tracks because frankly it does a good job. I'm using this like on online services anyway, so it masters it to what most things like Spotify and everything are after, so I just kind of let it do its thing. I just listen and make sure it didn't mess something up, because it occasionally does, and I'll either redo it or adjust it, but it does a pretty damn good job. Okay, come on. It's going forever. It's because I got all the MIDI. Hurry up, hurry up. This is usually quicker than this. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Give this a listen. So this is good because, like, I know how to master my tracks, or I think I do. I don't know, but I'm just letting this handle it and get it in the right space is just nice. I don't mind the shortcuts if I know how to do it myself anyway. This has the correlation like spot on. Throws in an EQ curve that balances everything. I can adjust the loudness if I want it louder, but I usually leave it alone because, like, for streaming services, it's where it needs to be. Just in case, I know there's nothing here, but just in case, I'm just gonna delete that little section because if there's a pop or something, I just don't want it to come through the guitar solo and sound stupid.
Just right now.
Works for me. Alright, so I do have to name it. Let me pull up the lyrics so I can figure that out. Common ground might work, actually. That's the first thing I see in the chorus. I've got to check, because I've got so many damn songs, I don't know if I already have that. Common... I don't even have common at all, so okay, that works. Common ground. There we go. There it is. Good. Synth bounce. Uncompressed, blah blah blah. Desktop, yeah, it's fine. Common ground. Bounce. And here we go. That should be it. So I'll rename the session file and that sort of thing. And then I'm going to edit the video I took with my Lumix cameras on the stand over there, which I usually do. So I started doing these streams. I deleted a few of them because they were just horrible. I have no idea how to use the streaming software, and it's not as intuitive as it should be. Like, if I'm bouncing down and then say like Final Cut Pro, which is the video editing stuff I use, it's like, do you want to bounce it in this, or this resolution? This thing has the resolutions, but they're all like just numbers, and it doesn't make as much sense. It's not laid out that well, and yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's just a bunch of like 3-letter acronyms for things, and you have to know what it is before you can go into it, whereas the other one is a little more intuitive, so you can kind of dummy your way through it. So yeah, I think that's it though. That's good. I'll just end it there. The regular videos I do are going to keep coming. At some point I'm going to start doing these live, you know. I just figured it'd be cool to just, even if 2 people are watching, you can just see how I throw this stuff together, because I just come out here and do this every day. I just like writing the music. I don't like replaying a bunch of stuff. I will recycle melodies and guitar parts, because frankly I'm doing a song every day. It's not even intentional, it just happens, but, you know, I just come out here and try things, and I keep changing my process slightly just as I try things, but it's mostly consistent, you know, for a certain amount of time. But this is the whole thing, so that's that. I've recently started using the MIDI. I got Shreddage 3 Hydra for the guitars, and the bass, which I deleted. It's the dark wall bass. I think it's like Dingwall combined with the dark glass overdrive used for a lot of like stuff. So it's a massively drop tune bass, if you want it to be, for like progressive metal, but the guitar too, but it does a whole bunch of sounds. I can do like jazz, funk, anything. So I just like the range. That's why I wanted it. 8-string guitar, 7-string bass, MIDI. And they sound pretty convincing, and I don't use them as the mains. I use them under the mix to kind of like reinforce. Like I want to drop tune the snot out of something with the guitar. That's fine, but then I'll do that to just have something that's perfectly in tune. I don't have to worry about the big floppy strings going all over. And I recently got the Boss Poly Shifter to do some of that, which is working fantastically, but it tunes down everything. So the pick attack, the palm mute, everything gets tuned down, not just the pitch. So the MIDI guitars have that at the pitch they actually would be in, you know, reality, so it kind of adds that back in. So that's one reason I like layering with them, to just kind of get more realistic pick attack than the drop tune has given me. So yeah, all right. I think that's it. So I'll just stop the recording, end it abruptly, and maybe see you tomorrow, maybe not. I'm just kind of doing this. I'm trying to just learn as I go, and if this one came out good, I might put it up. If it sucks, it's getting deleted. So I just put this, I was like, you know what, instead of going public, I'm just going to put this up as a private video, and then if it doesn't suck, then I'll put it public, and then when it gets to the point where it's not too bad to watch, I'll be like, okay, now I can just go forward, because I just have to learn the software. I don't know it. So yeah, learning curve and all that. I didn't even frankly know I could do this because my old computer, I tried it once or twice, so I had a little bit of prior experience, but it was different. I had to get like something to separate the sound, and my computer was about crashing because it was just not up to par. This one still isn't quite, but